Alright, thanks for watching. Today I am out here with my M&P competition. This is the 5-inch that I've ported, so it already has the 2 slots in the window with my V8 ported barrel. But that's not what I'm out here testing today. I've tested that plenty. What I'm going to do today on the Optic, so right now I just have the standard plate that comes with the M&P. This is the newer Osight enclosed Optic XR. And so this, if you can see it there, it has a window that extends forward a little bit. And with the loaded chamber indicator hole in the top of the barrel, it gets really dirty. So I just cleaned it. So it's pretty clean right now. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, so that's pretty clean right now. I just cleaned it. But what we're going to find is that gets super dirty. So that's where my plates come into play. So the main benefit about my plate is that everything fits tighter, which is what you want. But then on the M&P plates, I include this little shield on the front of it. I call that the Crud Cutter, and that diverts the gas away from the optics. So why am I telling you all that? What I'm doing today is I'm going to test how well this works as far as keeping the optic clean versus not having it. So I have 90 rounds loaded up. That's all the mags I have with me today. We're going to put those through it, see how dirty it is, and then swap over and put my plate on it and do the same thing and see if there's any difference in how dirty the optic gets. So I just have 90 rounds of this is 115 grain Federal American Eagle. So we're going to put that through it and see how dirty this optic is when we're done. All right, that's 2 mags, and it is starting to look like an occluded optic. All right, that was 90 rounds. It might have actually been 91. But anyway, round 90. So let's see how dirty this optic is. Get over here. All right. You can see a considerable difference to what it looked like before, and that's just 90 rounds. So now let's get this switched over and see what it looks like. All right, so here's the optic. You can see it got pretty dirty. So we're going to put this on here with my plate with the little shield on the front and see how it does. Now, I am not installing the optic the correct way here. You want to put this thing on with Loctite. You want to clean everything, put Loctite on it, and then you want to let it sit for at least 24 hours so that everything cures. Obviously not going to do that for this test. I recommend that you get a torque wrench. This is not a torque wrench, so that you can torque them to the proper spec. But again, for what we're doing today, this will work. Just gonna snug them up. Alright, get my rag out. See if we can clean this. The slide is still pretty hot. All right. So there we go. We've got a nice clean optic. We'll get this back on the gun, load up the magazines, and do the same test. All right, so we got everything back together with my plate on it. So we're gonna do the same test, 90 rounds. And just so you can see again that this is clean, the clean optic. All right, so we're doing the same test. Got 90 rounds loaded up here, and we'll see how dirty it gets. All right, so far so good. All right. Trying to hit some small things down at 25 yards. Pretty surprising that this optic, again, I just put it on, seems to be pretty zeroed for shooting small things at 25 yards. So I need to check it, obviously, and adjust it. But the optic it's a little dirty. There is some stuff on it, but it is way cleaner than the last test that we did. So we'll see if we can see this on here. All right, so I don't know if you can see, there is some crud on there, but it is, if we look through it, you can see it's pretty clean. There you go. You can see a little bit of crud on it, but definitely not a layer like was on it the first time. So, you know, I think that test proves that this does help keep it cleaner than it will if you just run this. Plus the fact that these plates I custom make these just like I do an optic cut. So the plate is custom fitted to your slide. It's custom fitted to your optic so that everything is a nice tight fit. You won't have to worry about things moving around. That tight fit should also mean that you don't have to worry about screws shearing off on your optic because the screws aren't holding the optic in place. The plate is holding the optic in place. And since there's no movement, there's no extra forces on the screws other than the screws just holding the optic down, which is what they're designed to do, not actually hold it in place. So I'm pretty happy with that test. I'm gonna leave this on here and just see, you know, how many rounds I put through it before I clean the optic. So, you know, stay tuned for updates. But as far as this test, I'm happy with it, and that is the Crud Cutter plate for the M&P 2.0.